Gentlemen, welcome to another live broadcast of FAU basketball. I'm Max Zicker, coming at you live from El Paso, Texas, home of the Miners or the FAU Owls, with the start of 2020 on a two-game winning streak and end this road trip with their second consecutive win. Pre-game starts in a few minutes. We'll be right back here on FAU Sports Network for pre-game then tip-off. Stay tuned. All right, and starters just in here in El Paso, Texas from the Don Haskins Center. Crystal Trim, Mona Vega Aho, Nicola Urzola, Asude, Juliet Gautier hitting their start for the 10th consecutive game. Jim Digger rolling with a starting lineup for the UTEP Miners of Katya Gallegos, Avery Krause, Katarina Zetz, Ariana Gill, and Ariana Taylor. We'll be back with pregame. Test 1, 2, 3 live from El Paso, Texas. Test number 1. live from El Paso, Texas, in the Don Haskell Center, home of the Miners, or the FAU Owls, looking at this two-game road trip in the state of Texas and a little Texas tour. With a 2-0 finish to start 2020, Owls looking to go 2-0 in conference play for the first time since the 2017-2018 season. FAU opened up Conference USA play in dominating fashion with a 27-point victory over TSA. 80-53 was the final score. The Owls shot 47.8% from the field collectively and had 20 assists, and really it seemed like more of the way they were spinning the ball around. It was just really volleyball offense where it was just tipped off the pass of the hands of each player and rotating in such a fast and fluid and crisp manner. Very fun to watch, very fun to call. Now if you do it again against UTEP, it's going to be more of a challenge against these Miners. 8-4, 7-3 at home. They've only played 2 road games. The vast majority of games this season have been played at home, and they have been excellent defending their home floor at the Don Haskell Center. Last game, they opened up conference play against FIU and held them to a mere 34 points, which is a conference starters for your Owls: Christmas Trin, Motivega Aho, Nicola Azola, Akide, and Juliet Gautier. For the Miners: Katia Gallegos, Avery Krause, Katarina Zetz, Ariana Gill, and Ariana Taylor. Just about to be underway here in El Paso, Texas, where the Owls face off the Miners for game number 2 of conference play. They also can take their second game of this 2-game road trip coming right up. Officially underway, sorry for the technical difficulties here in pregame. Looks like it's been sorted out now from beyond the arc. The Miners are on the board for their initial shot. Ariana Gill, a very consistent score from mid-range to the paint. Typically, that's not her comfortable shot, 6 foot forward, but she makes it happen. It's 30 seconds into the game, the first possession. The Miners are on the board now from Nicola Azola, who against the Miners shooting scorer Katarina Zetz, past Motivega Aho, and strong pressure driving in baseline arc contact, and it's jarred. The first 2 possessions, both under the floor. Contact that time. Defender out of 2-7. Now the Miners on the other end. Entrance pass. Back out to the 3-point. Taylor finds Gill. Rotated back to the right wing. Azola stepping up on the point guard. Up to the high low. Quick baseline. Goes in short contact. No whistle. Shot up. No good. Rebounded by UTEP. And Gautier is able to find her rebound. Spinning, drives in, one hand, no good. 2 tough offensive possessions for FAU, both coming up empty-handed. That time a miss, driving in, 2 tough shot, no good. Another force for the forward guard, Ariana Gill, and she finishes on the second chance opportunity. In the first minute and 50 seconds, the Miners on the board with a 3-pointer and a field goal, both from Gill and a hard foul. Motivega Aho driving on the side baseline, right baseline. pass cutting in the road to Vega All as on the left block. Tough shot on the run, fading away, grabs her own rebound and takes the front iron. Drives in one hand, finishes. Vega All, who did it last game, saw her track the board for 3 offensive rebounds. That time she finishes. Great poise at the rim, and the Owls are on the board. First 2 points of the game, setting up for one possession contest.
Toss. 7-5. Owls cut it to a 2-point game. A Stu Gill on defense, guarding Katya Gallegos. Try it one more time. No. In transition, it's Avery Krause finishing at the rim for 2, and the Miners take a 4-point lead. All right, and we are back locked in here. FAU Sports Network, 9-5. Miners lead. 3 minutes and 40 seconds into this one. Prim and Vega Aho combining for the Owls 5 points. Now it's go to a wide open 3 from the top of the arc. No good. She has 10 consecutive games with at least 1 3-pointer. She's really done a great job of finding her rhythm from beyond the arc. Last game she had a double-double with 12 points and 12 rebounds, shooting 6 of 9. And that time it's Ariana Gill really been punishing FAU with 7 points and 3 of 4 shooting. And UTEP made their last 4 consecutive field goal attempts, and they would jump out to a 6-point lead, the largest of the game. And the second charge in the first half of the first quarter against FAU, one against Gautier, one against Vega Aho. The Owls running with the same starting lineup for a 10th consecutive game. Here come the first substitutions. Azola and Gaylor to the bench. Gasson, Prim, Vega Aho, Zaff, and Gautier are now on the floor for FAU. For the Miners, Bradshaw, Gill, Krause, Roebuck, and Zetz. Full-court press for FAU. Gautier, Zaff, Swarm, and Bradshaw. We have a whistle. And this will go against UTEP. That's a push-off against the point guard, Tia Bradshaw, the 5'9" transfer student from Dodge City, Kansas. Now the Owls have a chance to chip into the 6-point deficit. UTEP playing with a hard press. Full court, Prim drives in, hard contact, and it's a blocking foul, Prim, and 1. One of the best free throw shooters in the nation, one of the best drivers, capitalizes on the contact, able to finish for the acrobatic layup after absorbing the contact. And Crystal Prim is 15th in the nation, and free throws made in 10th, and free throws attempted, and first overall in the conference in both categories. This is to make it a 1-possession game. She misses. Rebound brought down by Gill. She's having an amazing start to this first quarter. 7 points, 2 rebounds. She's going up for the layup now. Contact. Charge. FAU ball. Now we're finally finding an answer on 1 possession for Gill. Gill, a very consistent scorer from mid-range to the paint, and does have a 3-pointer today, although that's not her typical shot. And an authoritative rebounder. Gill excels most on the board, securing 9.1 points per contest. Owls ball to Prim, trying to break the full-court press, and she can't secure the pass. Rolls off her fingertips and out of bounds, and so the Owls trail by 4. Will have to defend. 5:20 left to go in this first quarter. Owls are going to match the UTEP press by trying to full-court press of their own. Ball to Katarina Zetz, the leading scorer for UTEP. Gill met by Gass at the free throw line, not letting her any room to drive. Zetz, the 3-point specialist, tries this one from long range on the right wing, no good. Rebound by Prim, up to Zapp. Zapp accelerating to the rim, draws contact against Avery Krause. Krause is upset, didn't think there was much there, but the referee's side, we were hitting the halfway mark exactly. 5 minutes on the clock. Owls have a chance to cut this to a 1-possession game with these 2 free throws from the Rexa. Zapp, who is averaging 10 points per game. in their last 3 contests. And after a slow start to the season scoring the ball, she's really coming alive in the start of conference play. And against Harvard, she set a career high in points in the second quarter alone. Her career high now is 14, and it's not just her scoring. Her defense has been remarkable. She completely shut down Quesada last game, one of the top freshmen in the conference. Hits the first free throw and misses the second 3-point game.
Don't get her! Come on, Lex!
Rocky start from the line for FAU, 1 of 3 as a team. Katia Gallegos with the ball, rotates to Katarina Zetz, picked up by Veka Aro, right back to Gallegos, been guarded by Gaston, baseline drive, bounce back to the corner, 3 on the way, off the rim, rebound by Gill. She is everywhere, check that, that's Dayton Roebuck getting her first action of the game. And the foul will go against Crystal Prim, an early foul for the Owls' leading scorer, and we have a media timeout halfway, just past the halfway mark into this first quarter. Miners lead 11-8, led by Ariana Gale. We'll be right back to FAU Sports Network to continue the first quarter of action. Stay tuned. And we are back ready for more action here on FAU Sports Network. And after defeating UTSA fairly comfortably by 27 points, 80-53, Owls face with a new and quite frankly a more difficult challenge in UTEP, a team that held FIU in game number 1 of conference play to just 34 points. That's right, 34 points. That is a school record for the fewest amount of points surrendered in a conference game. And now at the line is Deja Roebuck looking for her initial points of the contest. She gets it with that free throw, and the Miners advances to a 2-possession game, 12-8. Roebuck on the board. Gill leads them with 7 for your Owls. It's Prim with 5. Second free throw up and in. And Roebuck was 2 for 2. Gauthier inbounds to Zapp. That press is still on. And they advance it to Gauthier quickly. Advances it now to Prim. Crossover, goes to the paint, goes up looking for contact. Nothing there. Shot doesn't go. No whistle. And on the other end is fast-paced basketball for both teams. That's been the catalyst for both offenses. Zet's wide open. She buries the 3 in transition. The Owls could not get back and have a set defense. Zetz buries the 3 and burns them. She's one of the best 3-point shooters in the conference, averaging 13 points per game, a model of scoring consistency. And just like that from a 2-point game, Miners advance it to an 8-point contest, 16-8. They've hit their last 5 of 7. Zach tries to answer the 3 of her own. This one is short. And here go the Miners. Diego up the floor, met by an Owl jersey. That is Alexis Zaff drawing the contact, but that's going to be foul against Zaff. Did not have her feet set. Owls having a difficult time controlling this high-caliber, fast-paced, back-and-forth offense for UTEP. And their goal for UTEP is to, right off the rebound, create a fast break, underline, waste no time. And they've succeeded doing it. Now up to a 9-point lead for the Miners, their highest of the game, 6-0 run in just 46 seconds, and make it a 7-0 run. It's not just UTEP that likes to play fast. FAU likes this speedy offense, and here's a quote from Coach Baker. The input from UTEP, they play so fast, they turn the tempo up in the game, they really get up and down and try to score in transition. So both teams know that's the key for each offense. And a turnover, UTEP has the ball, and Zetz driving in, has space, can't finish, wrong touch off the board of Stu Go there to grab the rebound. Owls come away with a lucky break there. 7-0 run, a rare miss from an elite scorer in Katarina Zetz. Vega Aho. Jump shot fakes it past to a Stu Go now to Lexi Zaff. Goes to catch and shoot from the corner. No good. It was Ariana Gilbert to provide some defense, making that shot somewhat difficult for Juliet Goethe, who has hit at least 1 3 in every game, except the one in Iowa. So that's now 11 straight games where the Owls have hit a 3. Owls 7-5, Miners 8-4, both 1-0 in conference play, and both teams coming off very decided victories where they crushed their opponents. 7-0 run now over the last 1 minute and 28 seconds. And this defense still prevailing for UTEP, picking up right where they left off last game, holding FAU to just 34 points. And at the line is one of the many talented freshmen in the nation. Gallegos, one of the many talented freshmen in CUSA this season. Gallegos is a threat on both ends of the hardwood offensively. She has scored double figures 7 times this season with a career high of 13. First Mexico State, she hits another free throw, and Gallegos now with 4 points, all coming from the free throw stripe with 1 rebound. Owls trying to work with something, moving the ball quickly themselves. Denisha Harkless is a wide open 3 and buries, and Owls headed to a single-digit deficit game. They needed that 3, but then the game earlier in the first quarter was 20-8 on 20-11. 2:50 left to go in this first quarter. Denisha Harkless now on the board with 3 points. Gallegos with 4. Swings it to Roebuck. Okeson right with her, draws a double team. Shot up and in, and these UTEP forwards now starting to dominate this game, playing an inside game. Michelle Pruitt that time, not taking a single 3 to see her comfort zone is within the perimeter, and she showed at that time she has scored double figures in 3 games earlier this year on the board for her first shot. Right after subbing in 22-11, UTEP slowly but surely increasing this lead each time. Down the offensive end, it seems like they pick up another point against FAU. Gallegos controlling the ball at the point. 5'7" freshman from El Paso, Texas, the local kid. Also the leader in assists. Zetz puts up a 3 in the face of Vega Aho. No good. Another offensive board for Roebuck. And now we have a foul against Owls of Stu Gay. Last game, the Owls did such a great job dominating the boards and controlling the front court game. They shut down Top and Clemens against UTSA. Now having a difficult time against these UTEP forwards. Roebuck at the line misses the first. That keeps it at a 22-11 game. 2:12 left to go in the first quarter. UTEP with 10 rebounds. Owls with just 4. And this UTEP defense really giving the Owls problems, forcing 6 turnovers and 2 misses for UTEP. That's they were 6 of 6 prior to those shots from Roebuck. So nice break for FAU once again, but they need to capitalize after 2 missed free throws. Zaff to a Stu Gay, back to basket against Pruitt, drives in. Nice dish out to Vega Aho. She's going to try to drive in, mid-range jumper off the run, no good. Ball bounces to Gallegos. Ball finds her hands every time, it seems like, controlling the fast break. Pass up to Pruitt in the post, miss, one hand sling up the floor. Fast-paced basketball here, went back and forth between both teams, and the ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Sabina Lipe, and this stays with FAU. UTEP shooting 54% as a team. Owls with 36. Vega Aho 1 of 4. Owls are scoring double figures last game. They're inbound from the right sideline, finds Crystal Prim. Prim with 5 points, the Owls' leading scorer. Vega Aho wide open 3 from Prim. This one short. Owls have a team that had open looks. Go to that corner 3. And a 3 from at the top of the arc. Vega Aho has tried a few jumpers with space, just not falling quite yet. 22-11. Plenty of time, of course, to erase that double-digit deficit. 1:35 left to go in the first quarter. Owls shooting percentage diminished now to 33. Here comes the double team, and it's Gallegos. She's trapped in the corner right before the half-court line. They find Zetz, who's wide open. A rare miss for Zetz, and an offensive board. We have a foul. And this goes against FAU. Loose ball following the rebound. It's Pruitt who took the hit. And it's against the Stu Gay. Tough start for Stu Gay after starting up the game for FAU as the leading scorer, and she didn't really slow down. She had a phenomenal game. With 14 points, 8 rebounds, she has been a rebound monster. 12, 6, 8, and 8 in her last 4 respective games. 14 points last game, shooting 45%. She's off to a tough start. No field goal attempts yet, but 2,007 minutes with 1 board. So Pruitt hits the first free throw. And misses the second. 23-11, 12-point lead for the Miners of UTEP. Alexis Zaff met by Zetz and Gallegos. Cross-court pass to Crystal Prim. Baseline jumper and just too short. The shots are off for FAU collectively as a team. Prim at 5, at 2 of 5 shooting. On the other end, it's UTEP looking to capitalize off another Owls miss. 1 minute mark, 12-point lead for the Miners. It's Zetz going against Harkless. Ball out of bounds, poked away by a Stu Gay, who picked her up on the run. She was heading left. And now it's Gautier and Voss. They will replace Stu Gay and Renisha Harkless. Gautier last game, 12 and 12, 67% shooting, 7 offensive rebounds, and the Owls, they need more of that this game. They got rebounded 14-6 in the first quarter. Zetz, double-teamed, overhead pass, cross-court to the right wing. It's Gill looking for a second 3 of the game, no good. Pruitt offensive forward, dominating the post, goes up one hand, on the run, she finishes. The post game is so strong right now for UTEP. You know, the Owls, they have missed the last 6 of 7, 30 seconds on the shot clock. Check that 23 on the shot clock, 27 on the game clock, 5-second differential. And the Miners have opened this up to a 14-point lead, the largest of the game. Baker Aho controlling the ball now, looking for room, nothing there. Pass to Zach, has space, says the fake up, and no good. Another miss for the Owls. Sabina Lippe comes down with the board. 10 seconds on the game clock. Shot clock turned off. Gallegos rotates it to Lippe, looking for first points of the game. Rims out. 4 seconds now. Owls have time to advance it. 1 second. Zach looking for a shot. It's up and no good. And the Owls have to regroup. They end the first quarter on the back end of a 14-3 run. Over the last 4 minutes and 38 seconds, this UTEP defense continuing from where they left off, having a successful time dominating Florida schools, holding FAU to just 34 points, which is a school record and the fewest amount of points led up in a conference game, and holding FAU to just 11 points on 29% shooting. We'll be right back. We'll see if the FAU Owls can get something going on the offensive end here on FAU Sports Network. Stay tuned. In the first quarter, we witnessed an accelerated pace of play for both teams, but the one who really came away with it in the successful manner was UTEP, the Miners, moving the ball so fluently down the floor in such a fast pace. They're controlling this game and really doing it, in my opinion, not from the pace of play so much, but from the board. Here's Voss to open the second quarter starting last game. Ball being fought for. Seth comes away with it, has a lane to the basket, meets Gauthier, and really missed him. Seth once again, ball poked from Voss.
Go by her.
And Although Zets is off the mark, the Miners still have a 25-11 lead. Three-pointer from Zap, no good. Sabina Lipe, another rebound.
Hey, shoot the ball. You're too relaxed. You're too relaxed. We need a stop. We need a stop. Okay. Come on, Lex. Help side on Lex.
Gill leading the scoring total with 7. Here is Pruitt looking for a drive against Gauthier. Has that mismatch, but Gauthier forces a rough shot off the backboard. And Juliette Gauthier with the turnover. Zets pull up, and she misses another one. Pruitt rebound, gets fouled, and the Owls have no answer for this physical and dominating front court from the Miners. Looking at the rebounding numbers, I was saying earlier, the fast pace certainly has been a weapon UTEP has been using, but this game is really being decided in the first quarter, and now 1 minute to the second. It's the rebound category. 18 boards for UTEP, just 9 for FAU, 5 offensive rebounds for UTEP, 1 for the Owls. And on the offensive end, the Owls are shooting 25%. We've had a few open looks from Prim, Vega, Aho, Gojo, prime time shooters most of the time. Even Zaf had a wide open 3 and missed it. She is 0-3 to start this game. They just haven't been able to get in sync offensively. It's been a tough day shooting. 16-point lead for the Miners, 1 minute. Here's Zap, wide open lane, and she's blocked by Sabina Lipe, although it's not been a successful scoring night for her. She has been a present defensively. 2 rebounds, now 1 block and a steal in 5 minutes. And this whole UTEP team are just dialed in collectively. It's looking like the performance FAU gave last game.
Back to the ball, though.
The leading scorers, that's 1 of 6.
Come on, let's go.
But they are making up for it using their other talented weapons offensively. Gauthier to Zaf, 9 seconds on the shot clock on the left wing, takes a few dribbles, crossover left, looking for space in the freshman Gallegos, ball tipped and stolen away. Owls can't get anything going down on their offensive end. This UTEP defense completely constricting ball movement. It's an opposite performance of what we saw last night, 2 nights ago rather. He went to the basket, and check that out. Dave Dangeroux, Roebuck, another forward for this UTEP team. Roebuck, Gill, and Pruitt creating a 3-headed monster in the paint that the Owls have no answer for yet. 29-11, 18-point lead, largest for FAU. This UTEP team looking in conference play to be a major threat. 7-3 coming into this game at home. 8-4 total on the season. Dominated against FIU and shutting the Owls down. Voss will sub out. Vega, Aho, Gaston, Prim. Zaf and Gauthier on the floor for your Owls. Bradshaw, Gill, Lipe, Roebuck, Zets all on the floor for the Miners. Tough pass from Vega, Aho. Another turnover is killing FAU right now. Bradshaw to the rim, up and under. Nice finish against Zach. Turnover and the drive to the rim. Coach Jim Draper and the Owls forced to take a timeout. The crowd loves him here in UTEP. Absolutely stunning the Owls after coming up a big win against UTEP's rival UTSA. They trail by 20, 31-11, 7:47 left to go in the second quarter. We'll be back here on FAU Sports Network. Owls have not scored a point in 5 minutes, and during that timeout, the UTEP crowd really getting into it. A standing ovation as the Owls forced to regroup on their bench, but there's plenty of time to cut this deficit. Anything is possible in this game, of course. Full court press is still on, and it's a 10-second violation. Another turnover. Not the way you want to start out of the timeout break at 7:30 left to go in the second quarter. 10 turnovers now for FAU, being out rebounded by 8. And the Owls, quite frankly, have been flummoxed so far into this game by the overwhelming success of UTEP, such a well-rounded team. Katarina Zetster, 1 of 6, their leading scorer, who has attempted at least 3 3-pointers in 10 straight games this season, and she's done very well, shooting 40% from beyond the arc coming into this game, a remarkable percentage. And here go the UTEP Miners. Entrance pass down there to Gill. She's been scoreless since the first. Goes up and she changes that. She was blanketed by the defense in the post, somehow able to sneak that shot up and in with a foul in the backcourt against Nicola Ozola.
When you call 31, you gotta go trap. Hey, who's in the middle now? Start out.
And the Miners open this to a 22-point lead early off into the game. 7:09 left. Tia Bradshaw back in the game for UTEP. Rather, she subs out for Gallegos, and Ozola advances it past half court. Met the double team. The Owls were anticipating this. Coach Jim Jaber mentioned it, but it's been so successful. Owls have had a hard time breaking it. Prim, jump shot off the mark again. Gaston there to snatch the rebound away from Dejanay Roebuck. Second chance opportunity. Something the Owls need. Maybe a little spark to start a fire here for the Owls. Jump shot for Gauthier. Another miss. And although the UTEP Miners, they've been playing a very fine defense, the Owls haven't made those shots. When given open chances, they force a turnover. Owls have it. Crystal Prim going against Zetz to the rim, looking for a pass. And an offensive foul against Crystal Prim. It's Sabina Lipe. She hasn't been scoring the ball, but her defensive presence has been felt immensely. 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, and a steal in just 8 minutes. She has played her role to a T33-11. Owls haven't scored in about 8 minutes now.
Sit down.
Dejanay Roebuck to Lipe, looking for her initial points. Holding the ball in the right wing. To Gill, drives in, finishes again. 4 points for Gill this quarter in the last minute. She now has 11 on 5 and 7 shooting with 4 rebounds in 11 minutes. She is taking over this game for UTEP. One of the 3 forwards taking over this game. It's been the whole front court that's posed a big problem for FAU. An unusual game, just right after Damon, the Owls completely shut down the forwards for UTSA, and Ozola has to force up a tough fadeaway jump shot with one arm, and Zetz a setless pass to the corner. UTEP with another stop. Lipe down low to the floor, and it's another basket in the paint. This time it's Roebuck with 6 points, and this game slipping away from FAU 26-point lead as Zola receives the ball from Vega Aho, 37-11. Crystal Prim, now to Vega Aho, left wing of the 3-point arc, swings it to Nicola Ozola, picked up by Zetz, other side of the 3-point line. Prim hasn't scored since early in the first. She has 5. Crossover met with the double team. And this defense is unlike anything I've ever seen broadcasting. Vega Aho throws up a 3-air ball. Guy goes with the rebound. She does a little bit of everything. 5 rebounds as a freshman point guard with 4 points down low. She finishes on the other end, coast to coast. Freshman Gallegos takes it all by herself. We have another timeout. 39-11, a 28-point lead. UTEP with their last 6 shots. They're forcing air balls and turnovers on the other end. They are playing a perfect game of basketball against the Owls, looking to go 2-3-0 in conference play. We'll be right back on FAU Sports Network. back on FAU Sports Network. Taylor with Ariana Gray. We talked about her earlier this game. Statistically, she's a walking double-double. She's only up 2 points, or 2 double-doubles rather, this season, but she's so consistent in putting up around 9 points per game, 9 rebounds per game, on average, exactly 9.1 boards per game. The Owls crushed UTSA on boards last game. Coming into this, they really needed to secure Gil. They've had a tough time doing that. Gil's been the prime catalyst, the main scorer and rebounder in this game with 11 points. Out of the timeout, Harkless, opposite hand layup on the run, no good, and just a off-night shooting, off-day rather, shooting the ball for the Owls. They've had the drives, they've had some open looks, and they just don't have the right touch. Gaston, loose ball foul against Ariana Taylor. Started her last 2 games, Taylor has, before this one. But most of her work coming off the bench this season at 6'1". She certainly can pose a threat to the rebound game. She grabbed 7 against number 20 ranked Arizona. Now we have a foul against Taylor.
Hey, Amber, you ready if we need
you? The Owls haven't scored a point in 8 minutes, a deadly drought for this FAU team, looking to go 2-0 on their Texas tour. They're taking down UTSA. Quinn from the corner quickly snaps it to Glanisha Harkless. Gauthier, who is scoreless 0-4 after having one of the best games of her career, goes up and she misses a layup. Got 1 point, goes back up and scores. Gauthier finally on the board. 1 of 5. She is doing her job on the rebounding category, though. 5 rebounds now for Gauthier, the Owls leader in rebounding. Has done a phenomenal job commanding in the post, but the Owls need more players to step up here down low and shift the rebounding game. 22-12. UTEP leads. Gallegos, quick sharp bounce pass down low. Gill again. Owls finally stop her. She's fighting for her own board over Harkless. Both players getting physical. This is a foul against Gill. And that's her second. Yeah, with 2 fouls on the board, she will sub out. Good news for FAU. As Gill's been wreaking havoc down low, top down to Matawar. Now in the game, in her collegiate debut, she dropped 12 points, which stands as her career high today. Harkless playing at the point guard position now to Ozola. Ball moved to the corner, poked out of bounds. Last touch, UTEP. That was Ariana Taylor disrupting the FAU offense, 39-13. Stu Gay will sub into the game. Wow. Screen from Amber Gasson, off ball, she gets a pick and roll, goes up, 2 free throws, a chance here to make it a quick 4-point swing for the Owls. Something they really needed, any type of momentum. Absolutely imperative here. 3:31 left to go in the first half, 39-13. And get this stat, in the last 6 quarters of play, the Miners have given up just 47 points. And Amber Gaston misses her first free throw. Gaston scoreless this game with 1 rebound and 6 points. 6 minutes, rather. Gallegos and Roebuck the only scores for UTEP. On the floor right now, they've combined 12 points for 3 of 3 shooting and 6 rebounds in a combined 21 minutes. And their field goal percentage has not dwindled at all since the first quarter, 54%. They've kept up that intensity of play that's paid off. Gallegos bounce pass, swindles in, finds her way. A nice lane to find her a forward teammate, Roebuck, who's now 3 of 3 with 8 points. And Gallegos really the operator for this offense, doing a great job doing so. Stugo with the 4 up the Gauthier miss. Gallegos at the floor. And this is Jade Rochelle, met by Nicola Ozola and Gauthier in the paint. It's Ozola swiping at her right arm. She's assessed the foul. And it's going to be on the baseline inbound. 2:55 left to go in the third quarter. 41-14. Tatiana Matawar Finds Gallegos top of the arc. Alina Klapkova from Moscow, Russia now in the game. The ball knocked out of bounds, forcing UTEP to reset. So it's Klapkova, Gallegos, Rochelle Roebuck, and Marwar in the game for UTEP. Dave Primozola, Harkless Gateway for Euro Owls. And the inbounds pass off the side of the backboard. That one goes awry, and the Owls come away with a turnover, 41-14. Pass to Harkless. Sends it right back to Prim to Harkless once again. 3 on the way. She has won this game, but misses once again, and a foul on the rebound. And it's another foul against Crystal Prim, who has not scored since early in the first quarter, and that's a tough foul for FAU. She sustains her third foul in 16 minutes. And Mottler will set out tonight. Gordon getting a first look at the game, replacing Crystal Prim. And with that last foul, Arina Klapkova finds herself shooting free throws as the Miners enter the bonus. First up and in, 42-14. Klapkova now on the board. And with that free throw, all but one Miner player has scored at least 2 points in this game. And the only one without a point is Rochelle, but she's only played 2 minutes and she has yet to take a shot. And when you talk about teamwork and a full team effort, I think this is what you would find in the dictionary if it were under there is one word. This has just been an incredible performance from UTEP. Have to give them credit. Now leading by 29 with 2:20 left to go in the second quarter. Gallegos picks up a double team early in the backcourt. Ball finds Klapkova. She forces it back out to the 3-point line. Ball movement so precise here for UTEP, looking a lot like what FAU did last game. Jump ball. Stays with UTEP. Miners, that field goal percentage amazingly is rising throughout the course of the game. Usually, after having a hot start, shooting about 50% in the first quarter, the field goal percentage will dwindle down and maybe plateau off a bit, but it's been escalating since the first quarter. They are now shooting 56%, 15-27. The Owls have only 5 field goals, shooting 19%. Zetz is back into the game, and the scary thing for UTEP showing how good they are. Zetz has 3 points out of a 33 and a shot clock violation. Owls finally getting something going defensively.
You got 3, hey.
Harkless steps back in for Prim. The Owls going to end this first half with their leading scorer. It was a quiet second quarter. Sharp pass inbound from Gauthier to the Auburn grad student. Gauthier catch and shoot 3 in transition and keep finally hits in the game. Gauthier now has 5 points this quarter and 5 rebounds. And I mentioned it last game, she's always right there at that average at halftime. So consistent, the 5-5 mark. Consistently on pace for a double-double. Zetz now to the baseline drive, kick out the Klapkova. She'll try a 3, no good. Offensive rebound, that's killer Jade Rochelle as they to bring it down for UTEP, and they'll reset, taking their time, sending it back to the backcourt. There he goes. Her court vision so amazing. Finds Rochelle back to basket and finishes. And that play all set up by Gallegos. Almost a no-look pass right off her fingertips down in the post. Such a precise find. And now UTEP forces a turnover. 45-17. Gallegos to the corner. It's Zetz. Pump fakes a 3 against Gordon. Baseline jumper. Zetz is there. 5 points for Zetz. And a blink of an eye, a 4-0 run in the matter of seconds for UTEP. They've hit their last 9 of 11 now, shooting 57%. They've opened this for a 30-point game. Gauthier tries another 3 on 2. Is finding rhythm here in the second. All 8 points coming in the second quarter to 5 rebounds. Owls certainly need more of that. Just 3 fouls. At a time like this, Owls need everything they could get. Zetz receives the pass, one hand. Pass out to Klapkova. Now Rochelle in the baseline, met by a Stu Day. UTEP handling this double team effort so well. Rochelle receives the pass with a 3-second violation. Now he's get it back with the shot clock turned off. And maybe they can end this quarter with some points.
That's unbelievable. Get out.
And Zola receives the inbound, 9 seconds left, and that's a hard foul against Zets. As she hits Zola trying to drive left, 7 seconds on the game clock.
You know what? We're not out of this game. It's coming back. We're not leaving. We're not leaving.
27-point game, but Owls have some life at the end of the second quarter. Zola hits the first, and she is on the board with the free throw. 2 assists for Zola, one of the team's leading ball distributors in 12 minutes. Important free throw all the way at the beginning of the second half.
Let's go!
And hits it. 25-point game now, 47-22. 6 seconds left for those guys. Has to hurry. 3 now stolen. Zola has a chance for a 2 to play a 3. Gets it! What a way to end the half for FAU. Nicola Zola with driving force in a personal 5-0 swing. Gets the free throw, stops the UTEP Miners, goes down and hits a 3-pointer to bring it within 22. Large deficit, but the Owls put it to 30-22 in a matter of seconds, so they have some life. That was a great way to provide them with some electricity going into the halftime locker room. Plenty of time to turn this thing around here in El Paso, Texas. We'll be right back, an 8-0 run in 40 seconds to end that second quarter. Be back here on FAU Sports Network in 15 minutes for some more action. half about to be underway. How about the Owls closing out the first half on an 8-0 run over the last 40 seconds, fueled by Nicola Arzola with a quick 5, 2 free throws and a 3-pointer after coming up with a steal. She has the ball now. Owls starting with it and Drew Gauthier after a rocky first quarter. She was back on track. 8 points in the second along with 5 rebounds, and the Owls looking to continue that momentum they gained in the third quarter. Shot by Krista Prim off the mark. She is 2 of 7 with 5 points. Here is Katarina Zatz, who has 5. To Gallegos. Gallegos certainly such a well-rounded player and really fun one to watch. She has 7 rebounds. Just 40 seconds into the third quarter, shot up no good. That would have been her third assist, along with 6 points. She does a little bit of everything. Offensively, she has scored double figures 7 times this season. She also is greatly adept at passing the rock with 49 total assists. And 6 separate games with at least 5. The one weakness in her offensive game, though, is the fact that she hasn't developed an efficient 3-point shot. But she hasn't shot the 3 this game. It's been free throw, attacking the rim, and one field goal. And she now has 8 rebounds. On pace for a comfortable double-double. Prim goes up, knocked out of her hands. Go through there for what should be a 6 rebound. Ball almost sent out of bounds. Zola tracks it down. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Has an open 3. Going to take it. Screen for Stu Go. Way off the mark on the right iron. And Joe comes out the rebound up to Gallegos, who's pressing the ball up the floor. And doesn't finish. A wide open miss layup. Wow, that's her first missed shot of the game. And this will go to the Owls. Or Gauthier, rather. They're going for a 7th rebound. And ball rotated to Vika Aho, top of the arc. It is Gautier's 7th rebound. She's on pace for a double-double as well. Screen from Stu Go. Here goes Prim attacking the basket. We need more of that. She draws a foul. 2 free throws coming up for one of the nation's best free throw shooters. Prim looking for her first point since the first quarter of action. And she misses. And misses the second. Prim is 0 of 4 from the arc and 2 of 8 from the floor. Not like herself today. And the Owls need that to turn around, and UTEP will take a timeout with 8:11 left to go in the third quarter. They lead by 22, 47-25 here on FAU Sports Network. Gallegos now with 9 rebounds. Gauthier with 7. We'll be back here on FAU Sports Network. Team able to find the bottom of the net to start off the third quarter. 8:11 left to go. 47-25 the score. we saw during halftime, and UTEP will inbound after their timeout with 20 seconds on the shot clock. There goes Gil, Kraus, Taylor, Zetz on the floor for the Miners. For your Owls, Gay, Prim, Vega, Aho, Gautier, and Zaff. Gallegos has the ball now. She has been racking up the rebounds with 9. And Stu Gay's there to record her first block against Ariana Taylor. In transition at Zaff, and she loses it. And just an unforced turnover. Gallegos on the other end. Euro step past Gay, and Gay's there to block it. Once again, 2 blocks and 2 straight possessions for Stu Gay. She had one last game. And she is certainly establishing herself as a dominant force in the post defensively. Offensively, she's very well versed, can get it done from in and out. Hasn't scored yet here tonight, but does have 3 rebounds and with a foul against FAU. So it's against Juliet Gautier, who has 8 points and 7 rebounds. Looking for her second double-double in 2 games. That'll be her first time recording back-to-back double-doubles in her young collegiate career. Granisha Harkless will sub into the game. Next dead ball. And we'll have her right now as the Miners prepare to inbound. She replaces Gautier, who has just fouled out actually, but 5 and 7:45 left in the third quarter, so Gautier is done for the game.
Hop back and play!
That one hurts for FAU, especially when she just started to maybe catch a flame and get something going in the second quarter, scoring all her 8 points and activating a 3-point shot, so she is done for the game. Owls need other scorers to step up now. Gay fouls Ariana Taylor. Taylor with 2 points, 1 of 3 shooting. She'll go to the line for 2. Both teams scoreless so far, and first shot good, and it's the first game that Stu Gay has had 2 or more blocks. And Taylor hits the second, 4 points. Those are the first 2 free throws. She is perfect from the stripe. Those are the first points of the third quarter. Both teams looking for their opening field goals of the half. And FAU really needs to capitalize after finally creating some stoppage against this UTEP offense. Here's Prim, stops on the drive, shot no good, rebound from Gas, and it's lost. He pokes it away to Zapp on the floor, Gallegos, and it's a jump ball. And it's going to go with UTEP. Coach Jim Draper wanted the foul. Gallegos had to reach over Alexis Zapp.
Get on the same page! I got you, yeah.
But instead, it's ruled a jump ball, and UTEP has the ball as we speak. 6:49 left to go in the third quarter. Ball moved to Avery Krause, freshman that started all but 1 game and set an early collegiate season high in points with 13 against Georgia State. And there's Taylor once again. First field goal, making a mark here in the third quarter. 4 over 6 points coming in the first 3 minutes and 30 seconds of the second half. 51-25. UTEP holding FAU to just 3 points this quarter. Well, check that the Owls are without a point this quarter. Only 4 points have been scored in the first 3 minutes and 42 seconds. Crystal Prim back at the line. And Prim is 0 of 3 from the stripe so far. Looking right now to turn that around. 2 of 9 from the floor. Hasn't scored since the first quarter. And a prime opportunity to get some points on the board for the Owls. Looking for the first of the quarter. Here's Prim. Finds the free throw, 51-26. The Owls' first free throw of the quarter, first point of the quarter. And hits the second, 2 of 2 that time, the visit to the free throw line. Gallegos is so quick, looking to accelerate the ball against Alexis Zaff. Zaff can't keep up with her, and she is called for a foul, her third of the game, and it's because of the fluency and the quickness from especially Gallegos that the Owls have multiple players in foul trouble. Goethe has already fouled out. Zapp has 3, Prim with 2. Difficult time matching the pace defensively with this UTEP offense. Sabina Lipe, who has been a defensive strong point, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, and a steal so far. Has the ball now to Gallegos, picking up a double team. Swings it to Lipe. She's going to try a 3 and hit. She's on the board. And with that shot, every UTEP player that has seen minutes has scored at least 2 points in this game, except Madwar. Actually, Madwar has only played 1 minute. She has not scored, so all but one on this roster that's active has scored a point. A remarkable feat as they lead by 24. 5:30 left to go in the third quarter. Drive in and one finish. Avery Krause, the freshman, who has started every game and has found a career high with 13 against Georgia State. Now has a chance to make it 5 on the game, and just like that, UTEP, they have hit their last 3 consecutive shots. And in the blink of an eye, they have a chance to extend this to a 30-point lead with a Krause free throw. It's off the mark, off the back iron. Ball tipped 2 times and brought down by the freshman Alexis Zaff. Zaff has to start being cautious on both ends of the floor with 3 fouls. She likes to drive as well. Crystal Prim met by Doubleton, trapping the baseline. How about the UTEP Miners doing a great job of smothering her out to Vega Aho, 3 on the way and good. She has 5 of first 3-pointer of the game.
In front of you, Lex. You gotta get in the stance.
5 minutes in the third, halfway mark officially. Lipe tries for another 3, and this one's off the mark. Tip to Alexis Zaff. Owls pushing up the floor. 2-on-2. Zaff pulls up. Shots up and in the first field goal of the game. Zaff now with 3, averaging 10 points per game in the last 3 contests. Also providing stellar defense as of late. Up against Gallegos, who has 6, 10, and 3. Here goes Gail, and she draws a hard foul against poor man Vega Aho. We'll see who this goes against. Both are going to defend. Both hit the deck, but it's going to be Crystal Prim. She now has 3 fouls. Now with a media timeout, Miners lead by 24, 56-32. They have controlled this game the entire way. And both teams will regroup their media timeout. We'll be right back to FAU Sports Network. Stay tuned. And we are just about ready to be back, and I was trying to devise something to cross this, looks like a 24-point threshold. The Owls keep meeting, and then it seems as if the UTEP Miners always find a way to advance it to 30. Free throws from Ariana Gale, who is still the team's leading scorer, and just a well-balanced offensive attack from UTEP leading scorer with 12, have Roebuck with 8, Pruitt with 7, Gallegos with 6, Zetz with 6. Everyone putting in the right amount of effort, 110%. It's paying off. Second free throw's missed from Gill. And the Gallegos finding Gill on the run. Able to finish. They turn that into 3-point possession. And that is one for the highlight reel. Gallegos finds Gill streaking towards the rim. A perfect pass, laying it right on the money. Gallegos had 4 assists, 10 boards, and 6 points. Stuffing the stat sheet in such an efficient manner. 23 minutes played for her. Vega Aho to the rim. Foul. She's going to the line for 2. She just had her first 3-pointer of the game not too long ago, just minutes ago. Gill subs out for Lipe. Before the free throw, Vega Aho hits it. And she hits both. Vega Aho now with 7. Tied with Crystal Prim for the leading scorer on the floor. Gautier, who has been disqualified from play, is actually still the leading scorer for the Owls. She has 8, and that's where she will stand at 8 points for the rest of the contest. Cross-court pass to Gallegos. Taking Zap to the rim, steps back, met by Gordon. One-hand pass on the drive, and it's another assist. This time to Roebuck. How about Roebuck? 4-4 with 10 points, but a wonderful steal from Lipe going in, finishes a quick 4-0 run, and UTEP now pulling away with this game, officially 29-point lead. And with their last 5 of 6, that field goal percentage back up to 55 with a foul. That's Avery Krause. All the forwards have been absolutely magnificent in every facet of the game against FAU, out-rebounding FAU by 16, 34-18 with 10 boards. But the real factor in getting them to operate that efficiently and that well has been Gallegos. She's been finding the front court, driving in, laying every pass where it needs to be in transition to find those easy buckets where at least they make them look easy with how prolific they've been scoring down low in the post. Roebuck 10 points, 4-4 at the line. Missing her first is Tanaya Gordon. She hits the second, and Owls have been about average on the free throw line, maybe below. Certainly need a better free throw percentage than 57. Gallegos to the rim. This time she'll try an acrobatic layup underhand. No good. Zap is on the floor. Wrapped up jump ball, and this should go to FAU. It does. Zaf still giving it 110% effort with 3 rebounds, 1 assist. It's her second time laying her body out on the deck for a jump ball. This time it pays off, goes to FAU. And UTEP, they've hit their last 6 of 8. Pass up the court to Tilka. She shoots and hits it. Tilka's first shot of the game is in, and she's on the board for 2 points. Tilka, extremely efficient shooter, playing in spurts, comes in off the bench, and she has had increasing minutes as the season progresses. 63-37, 2:20 left to go in the third quarter. Now we have a foul going up against Michelle Pruitt, who really did a great job in the first half. 7 points, 2 of 3 shooting with 2 rebounds in 9 minutes. Ali Tilka coming into this game shooting 62.5%, so that should bring it up to about 65, if my math is correct. 2 of 2 from beyond the arc and 5 of 6 from the free throw stripe. She hasn't missed many shots in total from anywhere on the floor this season. And Pruitt hits the first. Pruitt now with 8, Roebuck with 10, Lipe with 5, Rochelle with 2, Gallegos with 6, 10, and 5 with 1 steal. doing what she's done all season, just stuffing the stat sheet, affecting the game in every way possible. Zaff now taking the ball up, being pressured by the full court press. Jay Rochelle covering Zaff's left hand pass to Tilka. Tilka looks for a pass overhead and then sends it to Zaff, right back to Tilka. 9 seconds on the shot clock, baseline drive, out to Zaff and loses it on the pass. It was a nice try by Tilka to Zaff, but she just maybe wasn't anticipating it, and that slips right by her hand. Crystal Prim goes back into the game. 64-37, 2-minute mark here in the third quarter. Tilka subs out with 2 points. And just a few minutes of play. Bradshaw back in the game for UTEP. At half-court pass it to Dejanay Roebuck. Was desperately trying to force a turnover with a double-team full-court press. Bradshaw take her time in the right wing, sends it to Lipe. Quick pass down low. Pruitt goes up this time. She's stopped out of bounds. Last touch UTEP. Prim inbounds to Zaff. Time winding down here in the third quarter. We have a foul as Zaff was pressing the ball up the floor. This goes against the point guard, Tia Bradshaw. Stu Bay back into the game. Tonight Gordon subs out. Gordon with 1 point. Game with 3 rebounds. She has not attempted a shot this game. And Tia Bradshaw hits the free throw. 60, or check that. Oh, it's a Zaff, excuse me. It's the free throw, 64-38. Alice with her last 3 consecutive field goal attempts. Hit that free throw. Harkless desperately trying to save the ball. She's unable to do so, so subbing back into the game. The point guard freshman, or the guard slash forward rather freshman, saying that's 6 foot tall from Moscow, Russia. Arina Klopkova subs into the game.
Right here, hey, right here, right here, right here, right here.
Pruitt to Gallegos. Being guarded by Zaff. Slides past her, has room to finish, and she doesn't at the rim. Tough night for Gallegos on the floor shooting, just 1 of 5. Everywhere else she has been very successful, and no way past the Zaff. Corner 3 open, finds the bottom of the net, and the Owls have a 3 with 1 minute and 8 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Zaff now at 7. Consistently reaching that 10-point mark in the last 4 games, averaging 10 points per game in the last 3, leaping to the rim, and she has a wide open lane, gets fouled. Her arm is tugged going up for it, and Lipe goes to the free throw line for 2 more. She has 5. 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, and 2 steals. What a complete game for Lipe. Misses the first. UTEP without a field goal in the last 2 minutes and 28 seconds, but they're still accumulating a massive amount of free throws, 15 of 22. Make it 16 of 22. Lipe finds her 6th point.
Don't hold it.
And a 24-point lead for the Miners. Pass to Prim. She has room to drive in instead. Finds Gay for 3. Her first shot attempt of the game is no good, and Pruitt is able to box her out and find the rebound. Pruitt now with 8 points and 3 boards. One of the plethora of forwards. Having a great game against FAU. 13 differential between the shot and game clock. Pass on to Rochelle. She's there to finish. Rochelle with 4, 2 of 2 shooting, and this UTEP team shooting now 52% from the floor, 24 of 46. Zaff to the rim. She is fouled, and she's going to the line for 2. Chance for 8th and 9th point. And UTEP has almost nearly just as many points as the Owls do, with 41 just in the post. They have 40 points in the paint. Owls with 24 fast break points, UTEP with 11. Zaf hits the first and second. She now has 9, the Owls' leading scorer, with 5 rebounds as well this time. And a rough pass out of bounds, and this goes to FAU. 7 seconds to quickly move the ball down the floor and get a shot attempt. Plenty of time here, at least to get a shot up. Passes, miscommunication. Vega heads right, pass goes left, Gallegos. 3 seconds, Lipe for 3. It's in. Kill for FAU on the inbound. They didn't execute, moving or even finding. Vega Aho and Lipe comes up with a steal. That's her 3rd steal. No, rather, Gallegos had the steal, then moved it to Lipe, who hit the 3, and that makes it a 27-point game. UTEP with 70 points in 3 quarters, 40 points in a post. It's been a great day for them, rather. All UTEP as we enter the 4th quarter. We'll be right back. Here we go, the start of the 4th quarter. I was trying for a miraculous comeback, down 27. Through 3 quarters, UTEP, they've dominated every facet of the game. Moving the ball with 13 assists compared to the Owls' 7.
Nice, go!
And Gallegos has been rapidly moving the ball around. If she could get 4 more assists and 2 more buckets, she'll have a triple-double. Prim going up, rebounding the missed shot, and there should be another double for Gallegos, who is advancing the ball down the floor. Up against Vega, finishes with the hand and her face on the run. Then after a 1 of 5 start in the first 3 quarters from Gallegos, she finally finishes, and that was not easy at all. She has 8 points, 6 assists, 10 rebounds in 28 minutes, putting up scary numbers now. And ball poked out of the hands of Alexis Zaf.
Last, she called.
Vega Aho, Tanaya Gordon, Zaf, Prim, and Gay all on the floor for the Owls. Inbound to Gay, hands it right back off to Vega Aho, picked up by the leading scorer, Katarina Zetz, wide open 3. Doesn't hit anything, air ball. And it's just been that kind of day for FAU, unfortunately. It looked like a practice routine 3, and just didn't put enough power on that one. Gallegos playing at the point. Zaf steps up, she passes to Ariana Taylor. Right back to Gallegos, picked up by Prim this time in the right wing of the 3-point line. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Taylor, handoff to Kraus, goes in and finishes. Owls lost Kraus on the handoff. She picked it up and drove right into the left block finish. Owls trying to advance it up with pace, and Tanaya Gordon actually had a loose ball bounce right to her perfectly in transition, and she has her first field goal of the game. Tanaya Gordon with 3. 29-point game. 74-45, and Gallegos will try a 3. She gets it to go. She has 11 points, 10 rebounds. She is 4 assists shy of a triple-double, and they force a turnover and get another point. Make it 2. the Miners right now have the Owls just completely stunned. Zetz was the one who stole it off the inbounds and scored, so 5 points in the span of about 5 seconds. Gallegos with 11, Gill 14, Krause Taylor with 6, and Zetz with 7. And Owls take another timeout, trailing by 34 now. UTEP has blown this game wide open, shooting 56%. These numbers are just scary for any opponent. We'll be back here on FAU Sports Network. So now UTEP on the verge of advancing to a 2-0 conference start, and they haven't just won their games, they have utterly dominated them in every respect. FIU they held to 34 points, which is a school record for the fewest amount of points allowed in a conference game for UTEP, and now they have had FAU shooting just 45%. They got a hole and one on the drive. And she is now looking at another possible double-figure scoring performance with a free throw right here.
Tell everybody.
Even in a tough game where the Owls have really just been trounced so far. And Rodoveka Aho still putting up good numbers. She has 9 points, looking for number 10. Misses. Tonight Gordon rebound. Owls can turn this into a 4 or 5 point trip down the floor. They come away with the basket here. And shot clock going to be reset to 15, so stoppage in play. Vega Aho gets one more point. It will be a third consecutive double-figure scoring game. She has done it in all but 3 so far, just as a freshman. Truly outstanding. Prim drives in, kicks it to Zola, who has 5. All 5 of those coming within the last 40 seconds of the first half. 3 on the way, no good. And it's brought down by Gallegos, her 11th rebound. And nobody able to cover Krause, but she got her own rebound at the miss. Gallegos 3, no good. And Zetz is fighting for the board, pushed by Ozola. And even when they're missing, they're still creating their second and third chance opportunities. UTEP now with 40 rebounds, 10 steals, 14 assists, all as a team, shooting 54%. That's just something you don't see every day, a team shooting above 50%. It's been that way since the first quarter. Ball to the corner. Krause, no good. Prim, rebound, knocked hard. As Dejane Roebuck was giving chase, who was flawless from the floor. 4 of 4, but that's Roebuck's 3rd foul. So Gill, Krause, Roebuck, all 3 fouls. Gay and Prim both have 4. Gordon pulls up, jump shot, goes in. Tanaya Gordon gets her second field goal of the game. She has 5 points, 2 rebounds in 8 minutes. Owls trail by 30 with time winding down, 6:45 left on the clock. Gallegos, 4 assists, needed for a triple-double, has 11, 11, 6, and 1 steal. Entrance pass down low is brought in by Dejane Roebuck. One-hand hook in the post, and Roebuck now has another 2 points, 5 of 5. She has not missed, and she's yet to turn the ball over. She is just having a perfect game, really, besides the 2 missed free throws. No turnovers, 1 steal. Here's a 3 for Gordon. Gay reaching over the head of Roebuck, grabs down the rebound, and here's Vega Aho driving in. Wow, nice acrobatic pass out to the corner. No good. Zetz is there for her third rebound, but Veka Aho moving away past three defenders and getting that pass around a gray jersey for UTEP. Avery Krause has the ball now to Zetz. Approaching the halfway mark, 5:40 left to go in the fourth. Zaff heads to the scores table. She'll check in, and a slower day for Zetz. And ball being rotated quickly to Gill. Gill's three-pointer, no good. And rebound by Roebuck. She misses her first shot on the putback. That was a tough putback. Immediately threw it up on traffic, fading away when the low block couldn't finish. Stu Day subs out, saying Veka Aho 1 short of 10. 32-point lead for UTEP. And they are yet to be challenged early off in conference play. Zetz, if you told me it's an alpha that Zetz would have 7 points, 3 of 8 shooting, but 5 minutes left to go in the fourth, I would have thought it would be a closer game. There's Tanaya Gordon lighting it up here in the second half. 8 points now. 3 of 5 shooting. That's her first three-pointer. Owls on the floor, Prim at 7. Mazzolo with 5, Harkless with 3, Gordon, Zapp with 8 and 9 respectively. In the game now, Modawar, only UTEP player without a point. If they could get everyone a score, that would certainly be an incredible feat. Gallegos tries Modawar down low, and she'll have a chance to score to complete what I just mentioned, have everyone score at least 1 point. And Zetz will head out. Although Zetz did not have a very efficient scoring night, she did not turn over the ball once in 26 minutes. Modawar misses, that keeps her scoreless. It misses a second. Only UTEP player not to score, Zola. Flashes to the rim, but is met with a hard body, and she is fouled by Jade Rochelle. It's Rochelle's first foul of the game. Rochelle is 2 of 2 from the floor. And the forwards in the game right now, Rochelle and Roebuck playing the power forward and center position. They have combined 7 of 8 for 16 points. Prim driving to the basket, draws a foul, and she'll go back to the line for 2. Prim with 7. And 3 steals. The Owls' leading player in steals recorded this year. This is the first, and it's been an off night for the Owls' leading scorer, Crystal Prim. 7 points, 20% shooting, 2 of 7. With a 3 of 8 from the free throw stripe. 81-53 now in the back half of this fourth quarter, in which the Miners have dominated. They've missed their last 6 of 7 shots, however, but maybe too little too late. Modawar hand up to Bradshaw, and Prim picks up her 5th foul, and now the Owls, well, their first and third best scorers are done for the game. Crystal Prim will be sent to the bench. Topol will replace Crystal Prim. Steal from Ozola. Owls on the fast break now. Ozola goes up and stretches her arm out on the shot and draws a foul. 2, 5 points, 2 of 2 from the stripe tonight, and make it 3 of 3. With 2 assists, 4 turnovers of steel in 18 minutes, and UTEP now in a scoring drought of 2 minutes and 21 seconds. Playing without their starters, however, as this has turned into a runaway game. Owls a quick 6-0 run over 1 minute and 3 seconds. Here goes Bradshaw. Toka keeping her position, forcing a miss, but the ball finds Klepkova for a 3, and she hits it. The stretch forward from Moscow, Russia, is there for her first 3-pointer of the game. She has 5, and another steal. UTEP, Bradshaw stops, puts on the break, sells a spit move, and finishes. Wow, what a play from Tia Bradshaw. That's a 5-0 run from UTEP as they answer the Owls' 6-0 run in just a matter of seconds. And turnovers, the Owls have turned it over 20 times and given up 34 rebounds compared to their 29. It's Hopeless at the stripe. Misses the first off the back iron. Owls are 15 of 25. They've had the free throw attempts, just as many as UTEP, and they've hit this one fewer than UTEP, but where they really struggle, of course, just making those shots tonight. It's been part of the problem, and of course, defending Gallegos, who will most likely reside on the bench for the rest of this contest. Tia Bradshaw finds Klepkova. Klepkova dribbles to the left wing, bounce pass over to the baseline. Madawar blocked by Harkless, and she grabs the rebound as well. Here goes Harkless, 3-minute mark. Passing half court, picked up by Bradshaw, drives in one hand, can't finish, but draws contact. 2 free throws for Granisha Harkless. She'll have a chance for a 5th and 6th point. Nice to see her ingratiating herself slowly back into this Owls rotation. She has 16 minutes here tonight. 4 points, 4 rebounds. Harkless misses the first. And hits the second. Harkless now with 5 and 4. Miners lead 86-57. And looking at the road ahead, I was trying to put this one behind them. Go back and defend roofclaim.com arena. And there goes Roebuck back at it. 6 and 7. Maybe this was a tough failing from the post on a putback. She has 14, turning into a career game for Roebuck. She is a career high here tonight against FAU. And even without Gallegos commanding at the point guard position, she's still finding ways to score. Azola 3, short. Look at the road ahead. Owls are to defend the hope goal against Rice, the Conference USA juggernaut over the past few years, and North Texas. 2 tough games for the Owls, and they have the Middle Tennessee and UAB. So they have a chance to prove themselves after a game to forget here in El Paso, Texas. They'll come away ending this road trip 1-1, not a complete loss. They did accomplish a big win at UTSA just 2 days ago. Tori Abelson now subs in for Granisha Harkless. Zapp shooting 2. She has 10 once again. Zapp averaging 10 points per game over her last 4 contests. Really been a great asset as of late. Last 4 games scoring the ball, and she has 11. She is her Owls leading scorer here tonight, doing it primarily from the free throw stripe, 6 of 8, and has 2 shots from the floor. But it's great to see her have that aggressive mindset along with 5 rebounds and 2 assists. And overall, probably I would say is a career game. And today's match versus El Paso considering the 5 rebounds, 2 assists. And now shooting 2 is Rochelle. Really physical game played by both teams. 30 free throws for FAU, 26 for UTEP, 56 total attempted free throws, and we have a timeout for Coach Jim Jader, trailing by 30 with 2 minutes left. We'll be right back to finish off this one here in El Paso. Stay tuned. And Rochelle hits another, and she now has 6 points, 2 of 2 from the stripe. 90 points for UTEP. I believe that marks a career high on the season. And they even had a pretty bad scoring drought this quarter, but they still managed to pour in the offense with 90 points. Here's Zaf looking to maybe reach her career high, draws contact, 2 free throws. Her career high is 14. She has a chance to make it 13 now in today's game at least. And actually, the season high was against Alcorn State, where the UTEP Miners absolutely destroyed Alcorn State 92-47, so they were 2 points shy of their season high in points. Zaf misses the first, and it's the second. 2 points shy of her career high to match it at least. Kraft with 6 points. She has the ball now past half court, 1:20 left to go in the fourth quarter. Klopkova to Roebuck, who had a career performance, one to remember, 14 points. And Montemar goes up. After missing her 2 first free throws, she'll have a chance to redeem herself from the free throw stripe, and she's the last UTEP player without a point. She's played 5 minutes this game. And with that free throw, every Miner player has scored. 31-point game, 1:15 left to go in this one, and she hits both. And at least we can hope for Alexa Zaf maybe to tie or hit her career high with the threes here. And it's Tori Abelson moving it to Ozola, drives in, and one for Nicola Ozola. Count the bucket, she'll go to the line for 2, and this is a career high for Nicola Ozola. And Coach Jim Jader ruled for a technical foul for having a choice selective words. The referee, Ozola, not a career high. Her career has 11. She's 1 short. She has 10. And now on the other end, the Miners have a chance to set a new career high, or a new team high rather, this season in points scored. As Klopkova heads to the line, she has 5, and the free throws just piling up for both teams. 62, now 63 total free throws, 64 after the next one. They hit it, and the Miners now have 93 points, 90, or no, misses, so 93. Inbound to Krause with 1 minute left. And Klopkova loses it. Zaf gets hit in the face. She is all right though. Shakes it off and at the end of the day, it wasn't a terrible offensive game for FAU besides the 20 turnovers, but scoring-wise at least, with 63, they just had no answer, even for the bench players. For this UTEP team, they've been playing the entire fourth quarter, 396. They know the chance to get 100 if the Owls maybe turn it over here, but Alexa Zaf 2 points short. Although matching career high, Arizona 1 point short of matching her career high. Putting in is Tanaya Gordon, and Gordon now is 10. That's her career high, so 3 players flirting with career highs, but Owls fall way short of making this a 2-0 start, and with the shot clock turned off, and think UTEP will just dribble this one out, and they'll be 2-0 to start conference play. They dominate the 2 Florida teams. FIU, they shut down, led up 34, then they beat the Owls, scoring 96 and winning by 31, and the Owls look to put this one behind them, go home, and redeem themselves in front of their home fans, covered in red, white, and blue. So it's been a live broadcast from FAU Sports Network. Guy Days from Shore receives player of the game for UTEP, 11 points. The freshman, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal in 32 minutes. She is a stat sheet stuffer. Someone who controls the game in all facets, and arguably she was feeding the guard. She had more rebounds than the forward she was feeding with 11. She proved to be the key catalyst in this game. On the other end, it was Arizona and Zach with combined for 21. Both are with 9 from 8. Not a horrible offensive performance for FAU scoring-wise. The defense just wasn't there, and that cost them this game. But we'll be back January 9th and 11th, first right for North Texas. 2 games in 3 days, and we'll see you there. Signing out from El Paso, Texas, I'm Max Zipper.